Good evening, everyone. Just as that phone chimed, a reminder, please, to ensure that your mobile phones are on mute and or on vibrate. Please ensure you've got a microphone in your hand before you ask a question. And we'll move over to Coach Shane Dietz from West Indies, who'd like to go first. For those?
Hi Shane, commiserations on that. Could you just talk us through some of those emotions? I mean, things were pretty up and down, and we saw some pretty emotional girls, especially like poor young Zayda James at the end, looked really gutted.
Yeah, it's been pretty emotional the last few days, I guess, for a great win over England. Emotions are high. We tried to get back to a level for our emotions quite level and be ready to play again, which I think we did. But I think the girls are so passionate about playing cricket for the West Indies, and they put the body on the line and the passion on the line all the time. So they're going to have some emotions. But I'm real proud of particularly Zayda at the end there. She gave it everything she got, everything she had, and she bowled 2 good overs up front. She's a young kid, so this will be a great learning experience for her, and I'm sure she'll be back for bigger and better in the future.
And just on some of your experienced players, I mean, Deandra was pretty close to taking it away there. Stefani, we know's got the injury, and Hayley also looked really upset. How much sort of revolves around them, and what can you do going forward?
Yeah, obviously, they spend a lot of time out in the middle for the West Indies over a long period of time. So that now they play with a lot of heart, and they sort of carry the side on their shoulders. So any result like this, they're going to hurt. But, they'll obviously bounce back and be ready to go in the future. But they've still got a lot of years left in them. Hayley's 26. The other girls she's got many years left. And Deandra's back now, and she showed that she's one of the best in the world. The world boss is back, so that's a good positive for women's world cricket and West Indies cricket.
You spoke about the players putting their bodies on the line. Can you just take us through the effort it took to get Stefani ready and the kind of things that she had to do to push herself through the injury and the niggle that she was carrying, and how much did it take off her and the backroom staff to actually put her out on the park?
Yeah, medical staff did a great job, and every day she was battling soreness and pain, and she was just battling to get through it all the time. It was amazing that she was able to come up today. She looked probably better than she did for the last few weeks. So, she really was mind over matter, mind over body today. She gave it everything, and obviously she couldn't get us over the line, but she put everything in for the team, which we all respect and thank her for that.
In a way, getting to the semi-final after a series of ordinary results in the build-up over the last few years at World Cups. I mean, of course, you made the 50-over World Cup semi-final. But having said that, how do you process this result in that sense? Because the semi-final appearance feels great, yet at the same time, just to lose heartbreakingly in this manner. So how do you kind of process that?
Yeah, I think lots of positives. So obviously, I wasn't here in previous campaigns. I took over, we played Australia, which was great because we got to see what the world's best I like, where we need to get to. So we used that as a measuring stick, and over the last 12 months we've been working towards how we're going to match the best teams in the world, and we had to design a way or work out a way of cricket that's going to suit West Indies cricket and how we can play with our style of play, which we've been trying to work out and develop a West Indies way, which has been successful in men's cricket and women's cricket for a long time. So we're just trying to get back to those roots of entertaining cricket and backing ourselves and trying to win games, not hope the other teams play bad. We want to try out and actually get on the front foot and dominate teams. So we're at a process. It's only been a year, as I say. We've improved a lot, and the next 2020 World Cup, T20 World Cup in 2026, I think we'll be ready to take on the world again.
Coming back to your chase here, the pacer comes and you hit her for 3 sixes, and then suddenly again the slower bowlers come and you are deceived. So do you think that was the problem with the team, especially the slowness of the pitch and the slow bowling?
Yeah, I think the spinners bowled really well. They bowled tight lines on the stumps. I think the ball, obviously Deandra was in control of, starting to take control of the game and really looked like she's going to bring it home. We probably had to get through that over, and she got a ball that she'd probably usually hit for 4 and got an edge and got out. But that's cricket. We live by the sword, die by the sword. We're trying to win the game, and margins are fine. But yeah, we didn't play much cricket here, so one game here that probably took its toll in the end. We played good cricket at Dubai, and we didn't get much cricket here, so that might have been a bit of a factor. As we will look over things and review it all, and I'm sure that could be one thing that will stand up for us, a factor.
Can you first of all just tell us how Chanel Henry's doing, and then what it sort of took to get the team sort of beyond seeing that happen to their teammate and have to get on with it?
Yeah, I think she had some issues, concussion in the past as well, so everyone was a bit scared about that and frightened. And now obviously the ball hit really full on. It was a big shot. She must have lost in the lights or something. But yeah, the team just had to get on with the job, obviously. But she's doing well now, and she's got a bit of blurred vision, but I think she's going to be okay. It's sort of more hit her in the eye than in the head. So it's more probably a vision thing. We'll have to check her eye out the next few days, and hopefully all clear, and yeah, she'll be back soon for us.
Sunil, and then we'll move over to the side.
Sunil from India News. Quick question. The boundary count was almost the same. The sixers, you guys hit more than they did. But the problem, do you think, just tactically take us through the first 8 overs where New Zealand was fabricating shots, going, pulling, doing the scoops, something which you guys did not do. And it reminds me of the first match where you had too many dot balls. 50 was the first count. I think 38, 39 is today's count. I'm not too sure. Did you send in a message or something that start fabricating shots rather than rely only on the V area?
Yeah, well, the two players in, I guess, obviously Kiana Joseph, she's just going to try to hit through the line and hit it hard. And obviously Campbell was probably one who could do a bit more of that, but with Stefani and Hayley, they're going to play their own game. And 9 out of 10 times they would score freely and do well at that period. So, yeah, obviously they were trying to hit the ball. They just couldn't seem to get hold of it. Those girls have played a lot of cricket and are brilliant players, so they've got to stick to what's worked for them in the past. They just couldn't quite middle it. If you look at Susie Bates, she's a great innovator of the game and her batting, so that's her natural game. Maybe it suited the surface, but Hayley and Stefani really backed them to be able to play their own way, and it didn't come off today, but sometimes that's cricket, and so we'll review and see if there's something that we could have done better next time.
Kalyani?
Hard luck on the result, coach. There was a lot of talk going around Hayley Matthews once the result was there, and a lot of just calming her down, obviously very emotionally. You've worked a lot with her in these days. As you said, very young captain. What are those things that you have seen in her that make her one of the good captains, not just for the West Indies, for other things also? And what going forward, what's the talk going to be like with her? Because this is the first time under her captaincy such a big thing has been achieved. Yeah,
but on and off the field, she's an unbelievable leader. She has a lot of passion for the game and developing women's cricket in the West Indies. Tactically, she's brilliant. She knows the game really well. She's learned a lot playing a lot of franchise cricket, and she's really ahead of a lot of players around the world. I think tactically she's brilliant, and just a great leader of work ethic. And we talk about playing the Caribbean way, the West Indies way. She really buys into that and try to have fun. Our motto's been, let's dance through this tournament. By that mean, let's take the opposition on and put on a show. And she leads from the front in that respect. And she's so competitive. So she's been a brilliant captain since I've been here. And I think moving forward, she's actually a brilliant role model for every young girl in the West Indies to want to be. Now, we talked about being the best version of yourself, and we measure that. I sort of said, when my 2.5-year-old daughter, when she meets these girls, she looks up to them so much, and they be role models for the future girls, and they've all taken that responsibility on, and that's something we're trying to do, and Hayley's really driving that. So I think West Indies cricket, women's cricket in West Indies is in a great shape with her leading the way and being a great captain on and off the field.
Absolutely, and we talked a lot about Deandra, the batter, but today she bowled her quota 4 overs. I want to understand if it was already planned or it went on to Haley took the decision once she was able to control the runs really well. And how do you look at those 4 overs that she bowled?
Yeah, it's brilliant because she couldn't bowl early in the tournament. She had a bit of a side strain, so she was unable to bowl until the last sort of week. And then she hadn't done a lot of practice, but she was able to come out and bowl 4 really good overs. We thought the wicket, attacking the stumps, skidding it on a bit was the way forward. And she bowled a fantastic spell. And obviously with the bat again, she nearly took the game away single-handedly. And it was great. As I said, she hardly done any bowling the last few weeks. So for her to come out and bowl like that was brilliant. And I think previously she's played in a game where she hadn't bowled and she bowled the last over to win the game. And she wants to stand up in the big pressure situations, which all the great players do. So I don't think if you wanted to take the ball off her, he wouldn't have got it off her today. She just wanted the bowl and take that leadership to try to get us in a good position to chase a lower score.
Hi Coach, hard luck. I have to ask this, the last over from Susie Bates, were you a little bit surprised maybe, or none at all, that the ball was given to Susie Bates?
Yeah, I wasn't really knowing how many overs, who had what left at the end, because we had the concussion replacement. There was a lot of things going on. And I thought it was brave of her to do that, and we were hoping a little lefty Zeta could go over mid-off a few times. She got one through the covers, but she bowled a really good over under pressure. But she's a superstar legend of the game, so you don't expect anything else less from her.
Coach, in order to ensure that whatever good has come out of this campaign itself for West Indies, in order to ensure that this keeps happening and maybe, the next time the team goes even a step further, what are the conversations that I know probably it's a little too soon to ask, but the sort of conversations that you and, a Stephanie Taylor or a Hayley Matthews want to have with the board to ensure that, there's a pipeline, flowing pipeline basically back home? Yeah,
we've been working on a few things with West Indies cricket, and they're really supporting and trying to get behind the women's game a lot more. So there's a lot of things starting this year, moving forward in the regions, and there's a lot of work to be done. But I think Cricket West Indies is really keen to support that, and our girls have to do their job of being role models and keep doing the hard work and helping out and bringing the next generation on, so we can start a legacy for women's cricket in the West Indies. But I think there's a lot of support going on now since I've been there. I'm really happy with everyone trying to get behind women's cricket and develop it in the game, because so much talent in that region. It's unbelievable. So we've just got to start harnessing that and have good development programs and the high performance programs for younger girls, and develop them into the regional system and high performance system. So it's definitely plans that we're working on now. So hopefully we'll see that. That'll probably take 5 to 10 years before you see the rewards for that, but we'll let you know and everyone know that we're all committed to making sure that happens.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's last question.
Hi, Coach. I wanted to ask you a little bit about Affy, because we've been speaking about everybody, but she's quietly done her job game after game. Today she was pivotal with the bat as well. She had some good stroke making on her part as well. Can you just take me through what your conversations with her are like, and how does she, sort of prep for a game like this when you have all of your focuses on the Dottons and the Matthews and the Taylors, and then she just comes in and does her work?
Yeah, we would just say age is just a number for Affy, so we don't worry about her age. But our spin bowling coach, Ryan Austin's had a really good job with her. They sat down and had a chat early in the year, here in Dubai actually, before we had a camp before the Pakistan series. And he challenged her to be the highest wicket taker for this year in the team, and not just try to bowl economically, just actually become a wicket taker. And that she really took that on board and got more variations. And she's worked really, really hard on her fitness and all aspects of her game, and batting as well. And yeah, she's got a few more years left in her, I hope. But her wicket-taking ability is something that's done a big job for us in that series. Pakistan and Sri Lanka series, she bowled really well again. And I think was leading wicket-taker there. I think, she's 20-something wickets this year in T20 cricket. And so age is just a number. She's really putting everything in for the team. And she's a little bit quiet at times in the team meetings, but she just goes about business and gets the job done. And yeah, she's a real stalwart of West Indies cricket now.
Thanks very much, everyone, and thank you so much, Coach.